So I have not done a video on the sixth energy before because I don't have it in my soul contract, but I love to talk about it because it comes up in a lot of readings that I give. So if you like to learn about the soul contract energies, then stick around, subscribe. I do lots of videos about them, and I also dive a hell of a lot into emotional healing, which is my big passion, because I believe the more aware we are of the programs running under the surface that is driving our reality, the more we can actually choose to take command of our lives and create more joy and more confidence and more grace. So let's dive into the energy of the sixes. So in the soul contract reading system, we call sixes the builders or the architects of the world. It's a kind of a similar energy to the 11-2 frequency. And the sixes are all about creativity, and the symbol is this lovely flowing energy that kind of swirls and curves, and then it gets stuck in a tiny little knot at the bottom, and we're going to come back to that little sticky knot. So the sixth energy is a Taurus energy. It is quite a practical, kind of slightly rigid, strong energy, like going to get things done. Now, the sixes want to get a lot of things done because they are a very expansive number, and it's an incredibly creative number. So sixes might have a huge flow of creative energy coming down through source and coming through them, wanting to be expressed and made manifest in tangible form. Now the problem comes when the sixes allow this creative flow to come through them, and then it gets stuck in the mind, and the mind comes and takes a step in and interferes. Or the sixes try to expand on too great a level in terms of wanting to do lots of different things at the same time. And this can create a really sticky, blocked, stuck, frustrated energy in people who have sixes, who are trying to do something, are trying to achieve something. Now, this frustration and anger comes from not being able to do the thing that they really, really want to do. And often, as I said, it comes from trying to do too many things. So the sixth energy can become too scattered. When our energy is too scattered, we do a few different things. We either burn out because we're trying to spin too many plates, or we start projects, we stop them. We start projects, we stop them. We never complete anything, which means we never get that sense and that satisfaction and that fulfillment from completing a project that we want to do, that whole soul's desire. There's a big soul energy in the sixth energy in the soul contract, and it's really giving quite a strong push. So when we can't do what we want to do, or we're procrastinating, or we can't finish, we can get really, really stressed and angry and blocked and frustrated. And this is that anger that comes through. And sometimes the way that sixth energy deals with that anger is that they will try and numb it. Really, really common. We all do this with emotions. But they will either try and isolate to try and fix the problem, that creative flow that they're trying to work through, or they will use something to try and numb that. Again, like we all do, and it could be any kind of thing that we get slightly addicted to in order to ease any suffering that we have on an emotional level. You know, it could be scrolling through Instagram, it could be binge watching Netflix, it could be shopping, it could be eating, it could be over exercising, it could be any of those habits, it could be drinking, anything that stops us from feeling. So the sixes are really here to embrace their creativity, which is a very natural birthright within them. And if it's not unlocked, then you've got to do things to unlock it. Well, you don't have to, but I really encourage it. You know, and many people who have sixes do have this sort of creative thing within them. It could be anything, it could be anything artistic, anything musical, anything where they're using their hands or their voices or their eyes or their ears or their bodies. It could be anything. Creativity is in everything. So it doesn't have to be limited to singing or making a piece of art. So the sixes are really here to focus on one thing and to finish that one thing before moving on to the next thing, so that they can gain that sense of fulfillment and accomplishment and satisfy their soul. Now, a really big thing that sixes need to let go of is any kind of rigidity. Sixes can get very locked on something has to be done a certain way, and if it's not done a certain way, then it shouldn't be done at all. Or if I'm not doing it a certain way, then it's wrong. And you're really here to take off those blinkers of what things should look like, because creativity is not set in parameters, and just really feel the expansiveness of what is coming through you, ready to be built and created. So, the goal of having a six in your chart, wherever it is to become focused and to express your creativity in whatever form feels good to you. And if there's any anger below the surface that might have come from the past or experiences that you've had, you're really here to work through it and release it. And normally that means that when you're trying to do something and it's not getting done or finished, take a step back, take a breather, lean back, and then come back to it with a fresh energy. And often we hold anger, not really at other people, or we can, but often it's anger at ourselves for not doing something we think we should have done, or not being able to be someone who we think we should be. So just a little note on anger. And I hope that helped. Please do feel free to say any thoughts, reflection, or feedback in the comments, because it's one big learning experience for me, for you, and for everyone watching this, in order to help us work through the energies that we all have in our soul contract. And until next time, I wish you a very beautiful rest of your day.